Hello everyone and welcome to Inside the Quality Awards. My name is Ralph Peterson, and in this video we are going to discuss question P1A2 of the org profile in the Silver Quality Award criteria. And P1A2 is just like P1A1, that it comes directly from the Bronze Quality Award. There are some changes. We're going to drop one question. We're going to add 4 others to P1A2, but let's get right into it. First and foremost, we want to know what is your mission and what is your vision for your organization. Now, once again, just like the Bronze, we're going to ask you to simply quote it. Whatever your organization said or whatever has already been written for you, our organization's mission is, and then you're going to quote it verbatim. Our mission is, and you're going to quote it verbatim. Now we have another question, what are your values? So now it's not only what is your mission and your vision, but we're asking you an additional, what are your values? And I gave you some examples here. Little value statements. These are, or could be considered, like little buzzwords. But I want you to think of these not simply as buzzwords, but I would invite you to consider that these words are actually the rules. The rules. This is what we live by. Values are what we live by. When you think about it like that, now you're going through, and I would, if I were you, I would go through and figure out, like, this is just a very incomplete list, by the way. This is not a full list. There's value statements are aplenty. Go to Google or ChatGPT, whatever you're going to use to find your buzzwords. But like, if let's say for instance that integrity was one of our rules, one of our values, and so was teamwork. Like, we really value teamwork. Everybody works together as a team. And what if we also, what about maybe professionalism? Maybe professionalism is one of our rules, or maybe compassion. I mean, the work that we do, the industry that we're in, maybe even, compassion is a word that we would resonate with. These are the rules. Like, our rules here, you have to be compassionate. In order to work here, you have to have high integrity. You have to have, really high professionalism. And we all work together as a team, and we're all very grateful with our gratitude. Or, maybe it's even fun. Maybe humor. Maybe humor is a value for us. We want this to be a really good, fun, happy place to work. I'm going to draw a map here. I'm going to draw you something. This is how when I'm explaining what a mission, vision, and value statement looks like. Let me show it to you like this. I would say that I'm going to put a little X marks, sometimes I can't talk. X marks the spot up here. And this X is our vision. And it is where we ultimately want to go. That's where we're headed. That's our vision statement. And in order to get there, we have to be on this road here. And this road, by the way, is our mission. This is our mission road. It's our mission road. Now, I want to tell you a couple of things about this road. Number one, there's a lot of twists and turns, right? The road is not a straight line. There's some maneuvering. There's some hills and some valleys. There's some bridges. There's some railroad crossings. There's some danger areas, and there are some, not so dangerous areas. But this is our road. And this mission road leads directly to our vision. And it is intentionally one way. We know this is a one-way road that's heading towards this vision. And as long as everybody stays on this road and goes in this direction, then we are eventually going to, one day, reach our vision. Isn't that wonderful? Sounds wonderful, because that's what we want to do. We want to reach our vision. And our vision statement usually is, our mission is to provide superior healthcare services to the population, or the residents in our community, something like that. And our vision is usually to be the best. We want to be number one in our county, number one in the state, number one in the country. I mean, you're going for a quality award. Your vision must be to be the best, obviously. To be the best. Now, If we could talk about what an actual road looks like, not a mission road, not like this, but an actual road, we know that in an actual road, there are intersections throughout the road. And there's not only one way that traffic can flow, but there's two ways traffic can flow. And when you have that two-way traffic, you have stop signs and stoplights and crossroads and railroads and all of this, it is, as you can imagine, easy to get into an accident. And if there is a crash on the road, it prevents people from going on the road. And so we need to have, by default, we need to have some rules. We need to have some rules of the road. And if everybody abides by these rules, they stay on their side of the street, they use their turn signals, they brake early, they don't use a yellow light to accelerate, right? Like they slow down when they see a yellow. Like they abide by all these rules, then the roads will stay clear and we'll be able to get to our destination. Make sense? Well, that is what our values are. Our values are simply the rules of the road, of the mission road. They are the rules of the mission road. As long as we adhere to these values, we're going to be able to stay on our mission road and eventually reach our vision. When we get into when we get into question 1.1a, which is how do senior leaders lead, we start actually talking about leadership. I will explain that. Then I will get more into how leaders' jobs. The job of a leader is to, first and foremost, make sure the values of the organization are upheld, i.e. the rules of the road are upheld. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, let me erase this. You get that little analogy? Okay, so perfect. So our values are the rules. Now, I just want to caution you, you're probably not going to have 100 value statements. Likely, you're going to have 3. 4, 5 maybe. And oftentimes companies like to make them part of an acronym, like our values are CORE, and CORE stands for compassion, and I don't know what O would stand for. I just made it up. You know what I mean? Like they would have some sort of an acronym that goes with their 4 or 5 core values, which is great. Love it. Love the way that you memorize it. But you're going to say, XYZ organization or our mission is, and then you're going to quote it, our vision is, and you're going to quote it, and then you're going to say, and our values are, and you're going to simply list out the 3, 4, 5, 6 value statements that you have. Okay, next question. What are the defining characteristics of your organization's culture? Well, ladies and gentlemen, what does that mean? There is a fun little statement that at the gold level, examiners like to look for when we do a site visit. And that is that we want to see, it's not enough to have your mission and your vision statement posted on the walls. We want to see it embodied, lived in the halls of your organization. So from the walls to the halls. That, my friends, is culture. It is the common practices and beliefs within your organization. And the reason I left my little map up here is because I would argue that culture, in my map example here, the culture of your organization equals the environment that you actually operate in. It is the overarching, what do you focus on? Like, what if we said that one of the things that you really value as an organization for your culture is you are resident-centered. Everything is resident-centered. Well, resident-centered would be the environment that your mission and your values are driving through. This environment of everything is focused on the resident. Sounds really great. What if your culture was, part of your culture was made up of safety, and you not only had a culture of safety, but you rewarded safety, and you gave away prizes for safe operating and 0, absent days, or you're a non-lift center, like you use all mechanical lifts, you're not using individuals, so you're having zero comp days, workers' comp days or something like that. The culture of your organization should be evident. Like a brand new employee would be able to identify your organization's culture within a couple of days. Like, oh yeah, okay, they really focus on this. Oh, when they said that we're resident focused, they mean we're resident focused. Like I know a home in Tennessee that the owner is so resident focused and so involved that anything, if a resident just in passing goes, oh, I wish, and then whatever follows that'll show up the next day. Like she's so in tune with being like, it's clear, like everybody go like, hey, what's the culture around here? Like we are 100% resident focused. Like it's no question we're resident focused here. So that's what we mean by what is the defining characteristics of your organizational culture. And again, you don't have to give us this long drawn out explanation. You have to give us like our defining characteristics or the defining characteristics of our organization include, and you're going to tell us what you really focus on. What are those big things? What does that environment look like? And again, when we start talking about leadership, we're going to talk about the difference between a safe environment and an unsafe environment, which is also related to the company culture. So, but that's for a later video. That's 1.1. Okay, now. What question are we on? We're question number 6. This was question number 1, question number 2, question number 3, question number 4. Oh, now we're on question number 5. Okay, there are 6 parts to this question. Question number 5. What are your organization's core competencies? Your core competencies simply mean, what are you the best at? What are you the best at? Now, let's go back up here and discuss what you're best at. I bet it has something to do with the services you provide, either short-term or long-term or memory care or whatever it is, services or assisted living, whatever. And I bet they include things that are listed in your in-house bucket, meaning we're the best at ADL support. We're the best at long-term care. We're the best at person-centered care. We're the best at medication management or infection prevention. What are you known for? What are you known for? What are you best at? That's what we mean by what are your core competencies. And with peace and love, you're not best at 5 things. You're not. Lower that list. Maybe come up with the top 5, but then only give us your top 2. You can't be best at 5 things. You're probably best at 1 thing. You might be really, really good at 2 things. 3 things, 4 things, 5 things, I think you're getting a little out of control. I think. As an examiner with peace and love, I'm looking for you to tell me what you are the number 1, number 2 best at that I think I can be. You're telling me. By giving me this answer, you're telling me this is what you can expect me to talk about the entire time throughout the whole application. If I say I am the best, we are the best at providing rehabilitation services, well then I can expect throughout the application you're going to be constantly going, and by the way, we do this with rehab, and we do that with rehab, and we do this. If you say we're best at person-centered care, then again, throughout the whole application, I should be hearing, based on our person-centered care, our focus on person-centered care, we're really great at person-centered care. This. So what you're best at really, really is 1 or 2 things, not 5 or 6 things. And it's going to be indicative. You're going to be talking about it all the time. It's the thing that you always talk about. Services, of course. Also, this is normally, let's talk again. Let me say this. I have applicants write that they're the best at hiring employees. They're the best at not making any payroll mistakes. They're the best at answering the phone. Pardon the quick interruption. I just wanted to come on here and thank you personally for watching Inside the Quality Awards with me. I am so excited that you are applying for a quality award, and I wanted to give you my cell phone number. That's right. This is my actual cell phone number. Text me, call me if you have any questions about any level of the Quality Award program. I want to help you win more than anything. Okay, back to the video. Not exactly what we're looking for. Depending on what kind of business you're in, if you were a call center, than best at answering the phone, I agree. But if you're in long-term care and you provide short-term rehab, if you provide memory care, if your main service offerings are assisted living, then I would imagine your core competencies are probably more aligned with clinical than it is operational. So we're the best at collecting money. No. No. You're probably the best at rehab services. You're probably the best at person-centered care. You're probably the best at wound management. Maybe you're, handling complex issues, or you're the best at memory care or behavioral health, or right. Like these are the things you're best at. The final question is, what is their your core competencies? That's what we're talking about. What are your core competencies relationship to your mission and your vision? Meaning, how does what you're best at enable you or help you stay on this road and eventually meet your vision? How does being the best at person-centered care and enable you, help you fulfill your mission? Or rehab services help you fulfill your mission? And again, the way that we would answer this question is simply XYZ nursing homes. Core competencies include, and again, it would be rehab services or person-centered care or wound management. And this enables us, or this helps us, or this ensures that we are able to fulfill our mission of, and I would restate that mission and vision statement. Me personally, I would put it in quotes or just the pieces and parts. It enables us to provide, quote, superior services to our residents, which now I'm quoting that part of our mission statement. I hope you found this helpful. Okay, talk to you soon.